Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay, so welcome. This is a presentation from Yapp Mobile, and we're going to demonstrate for you a product that's live in the market. It's called Vodafone Compass, and right now it's live in Australia and New Zealand. I'm just going to fire up the application here off the first deck of my cell phone. This is a Pearl BlackBerry. But we work on Nokia, and we also work on Samsung, or basically all GPS enabled phones. So you can see the first screen here, and this gives you an idea of what the product does. Basically we navigate to, which is this button here, we can navigate you to different areas. You can view a map as to where you are. If I just highlight that one, if I highlight the one next door here is Trip Planner, which we're going to use because we're using an Australian product, and we're sitting here in beautiful Indiana, and so we don't have Australian, US maps and stuff like that on here yet. We have Find and Go, which we'll demonstrate for you, and we have Share. So the key thing about this product to understand is that it's about finding where you want to go, it taking you there, and also being able to share the location that you're going to with a friend or your family or what have you. So if you want to go out for dinner somewhere, you can easily share the restaurant. Right. So we're going to do a Trip Planner to start off with. And when you go into Trip Planner, you are choosing where you want to go from and where you want to go to. I'm not sure how easily you can see this here, but the first line here is from. So I'm just going to click on from. And you can enter an address, and it's very simple to enter address. You enter 2 or 3 characters and then hit the button, and it'll tell you all of the possible destinations. So it's very predictive in its text, but just for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to go to some that I've preset. But I just want to point out that you can save anything as favorites, and more importantly, under recent, I can click on recent here, and it'll give me the last 50 destinations that I did a trip planner to, I navigated to. So if you went somewhere before, very, very easy to pick it up again. So I'm going to go from my home in Sydney, which is in Harbord. You've probably never heard of it, but it's a beautiful place on the coast in Sydney. And we're going to go to my office, the Yapp Mobile office, which is in St Leonard's. And I'm going to click on there, and it's going to say, right, we're going from Harbord, and we're going to St Leonard's. And I'm going to show you the demo. Just before I show you the demo, I'm going to show you the preview, which is one function, which basically you can see now it's creating the route. This is connecting live. This is a live product. It's no demo. It's a live product. It's connecting to our servers in Australia. It's taken about 3-4 seconds maybe now to create the route. There it is. It's created the route. It's now downloading the route. So here we have the route. And this is the sort of thing that you would see with Google Maps, which is a turn-by-turn instruction. But it's not live. It's like a printout, and you can refer to it. Obviously, you don't have to have a piece of paper here. You can just look at this. But anyone who's used this knows that all of this is fantastic until you go off route, and then you're in serious trouble because you can't get back to where you want to go to. So the best way to do it is to do it using the GPS here in these phones. Maybe 10% of all phones being sold now are GPS phones in the US. We think that maybe in 2 years' time that will be 60%, and maybe in 3 years' time 85%. The growth of GPS in these sort of handsets is going to be the same as cameras were, from 4 years from the first camera phone, cell phone being introduced. 80% of all phones had cameras in it. We think GPS is going to have the same uptake, maybe even faster. So I'm going to show you the demo now of going from my home here in Harbord, in the northern suburbs of Sydney, to my office in St Leonard's, and it's creating a route. There's a chance here for us to put an advertisement right here, and this is very much one of the things that we think this platform is going to be able to do, which is going to do context and location-based advertising. So just taking a few seconds, probably taking a couple of seconds longer than normal if we were working on a 3G network here in the US, because we're working on a 2G network right now. We're on Edge, and I'll turn the the noise up, and now what you're served with here is the red line represents the route you're supposed to take, just like you would on a TomTom or a Navman or a Garmin. You probably, depending on how good the video is, you might be able to see that this is 3D. In other words, you're looking down like you're driving along the road. This is actually quite difficult to do on a cell phone, believe it or not. It takes a lot of technology, and the critical factor here is that you want the maps to come down very quickly. So we actually draw the maps on the handset. We don't send down pictures. The other thing that you probably can't hear right now, but it is actually telling you which street you will need to turn into. So instead of saying in 200 meters you will need to turn left, it says in 200 meters you need to turn left into Pittwater Road. And this is what makes it a consumer product rather than a product for people who are really into their tech. You know, my wife, for example, wants to know exactly what the name of the street she wants to turn into. So here we are, we're going from my home to my office, but now I discover that I think my wife must have been out shopping yesterday because there's hardly any gas in the tank. So what I'm going to do now is, we're running out of gas, I need to find out where the nearest gas stations are. So I'm going to hit this key here, P. It's different on different handsets, but we tell you what in the help menu. It's now finding petrol on my route. Now, most of Navman and TomTom, they're going to tell you where the petrol stations are, but because we are uniquely served, you know, we have a server-based product, we can't only just tell you, and I'm not sure how you can see this, how well you can see this, but we're telling you what the petrol stations are, the gas stations are on your route. You know, along your route, and also 2 kilometres either side. We're telling you whether it's right or left. We're telling you how far the gas station is. All of this, most of the personal navigation devices can do, like, you know, TomTom and Navman. We're telling you what the gas station brand is. But here's the cool thing right here. We're telling you what the prices are. So in Australia, we have a data set, access to a data set that tells us twice a day updates all the gas station prices. So here, the one in green here, if you can see that, is 126.90. So that is 126 cents. So $1, basically 27 a litre, which is how we sell it in Australia. And the highest we see here is basically $100.33. So there's you know, 5-6 cents difference there. If you filled up a tank of petrol, that's saving you $6-7 a tank every time you fill up. Because you've chosen only 900 metres difference between these two gas stations, but there's 5 cents a litre difference. So that's quite a cool saving. This product is on sale in Australia to Vodafone customers for $8 a month. If you fill up twice a month, you're going to save yourself $12 using this facility right here. What we have here is on a phone is free GPS if you use this facility. We also have a functionality that has ATMs where you save money as well. So that gives you an idea of the navigation device, and obviously this server thing here where we live data coming down, real-time data. The personal navigation devices can't do that, we can, and it took us a little while to do that, and sorry if I apologise, but we think that's pretty cool.